Alright peeps, welcome back to Fireside episode 7. We started episode 6 with absolutely no water, but we've got loads of water here. A cool 1,000 water thanks to our fancy automated water pumps here. And if we resume the game, we'll be able to watch them crank away, slurping up all the water. All automated like. Now we do still have some beavers slurping up manually, but that's alright, not the end of the world. Let's just see, I have a feeling these laddies are gonna get paused rather sharpish. And that's right, we're gonna check out old mate. Let's have a bloody squiz. Hello, you fancy beaver. Whoa, he's off away. Where's he off? Let's have a look, see if we can see where he pops out. Is he gonna come down the bottom, or is he gonna go and proper out the bottom? There he is with the bottom. Hey, Paul! What's your name? I like your tail. You got a fancy little purple tail. It's proper fancy. Look at this dude just running towards me here through the district centre. Alright, pal, what's your name? I mean, we know I perfectly pronounce every beaver name that's naturally in the game, so here we go. Lappantuffle Magic. Good old Lappantuffle Magic, eh? Hi! Perfect bit of pronunciation. While he gets his stuffed pepperoni there. Does that mean we've got enough corn to make stuffed pepperonis? We've got some corn knocking about. And what about canola? Because I see it on the deck here and not picked up. Look at this, 50 canola seeds, 60 canola oil. We definitely need all of this canola planted like. Get that replaced with corn, beavers. And I'm pondering what we should store here. Are we full on stuffed peppers? No way. We're nigh on full on stuffed pepperonis. So let's get up here and tell the beavers to store the peppers in this big old warehouse here. Beavers, get yourselves out in a boat. And I've got to stop getting distracted by fancy beavers and inefficient croppage going on. We need to sort out what we're going to do this episode. Because I did tease a wee bit of irrigation. And after Friday's testy test episode, I have a mad plan here. And of course, it's going to start with these water sources, which we're going to have to sort this bad water solution out. It's part of the irrigation crack. Because as much as this works for keeping the bad water out, it's not the best, like, and it does waste some water. So let me turn the buildings off here, so I can better show you what the crack is. So our water sources are all the way down here. And we've got levees pushing all the water up to here for absolutely no reason. So I'm going to whip out a tidy bit of tunnel action along here, right above the actual sources. Because what my plan is we blow a little hole right through to the back of the map here, and then have some sluices / floodgates that control the flow of the water, and pish a bad water out of a little hole here, while the good water's free to just keep flowing on out here. Now I did notice for that we need some catalyst, so let's work our way backwards. We're going to need a centrifuge, let's get one of them. We're making everything to build that, but that needs bad water, so we're going to have to get into a bad water pump here. Find somewhere where we've got some bad water on the map. Could be anywhere really. And plonk down a couple of bad water pumps. We'll have 2 of them cranking away at a maximum priority build. And that's the only maximum priority build we've got cranking along here. The only one. Well, I maximum prioritise these TNTs, but we're not making off of these things anyway. Oh, beavers, stop building this. That's not the actual place we're putting the centrifuge. I just wanted to spend the sides points. Please pick those bloody gears up. So now we got the bad water and extract sorted. Let's move along to the TNT portion of all of this. And to make TNT, we need an explosives factory. So why didn't we real quickly and casually sort that out? In a speedy up fashion, of course. Simple as. Never gone. Simple as. Only mild procrastination during that. Oh yeah, I built it wrong. Of course, why wouldn't I build it wrong? This bit of block here is supposed to be for some power action. Bridge all the gaps and that. Oh, apart from the centrifuge can't get... Look at that, the centrifuge can't get bloody power from there. Has to go in there. Well, I guess we're mildly readjusting this again. And reinstating our old main route that we took away there. But that'll do the trick, so beavers, get that in. Now, of course, we're going to have to store our bad water somewhere. And I'm thinking it's about time we whip out the underground tank here. And you know what? I'm going to pop it all the way over here. Well worth the 1k science points. Although that is a bit unfortunate that we're going to have to sort that out by blowing up this bit of block here when we get a bit of dynamite in there. And of course we're going to be storing some bad water in here. But as well, we're going to store a catalyst. Oh, badtides! Okay, not ideal, but, you know, we'll deal. I suppose it'll help out with any sort of power that we need generating, because, you know, I kind of think we're going to need some power generating. You know what, actually, I'm that confident we're going to need some power generating. Whack those foreign beavers directly attached to the explosives factory, please. And we'll make a way down for the beavers over here now. And then instead of changing the priority of the explosives factory here, well, now we're going to have to build some sort of bridge anyway to get to the middle. So we'll plonk one platform down and lower the priority of this bad lad. And then we should be able to get all 4 of these in, including the explosives factory, with no finagling. I'll tell you what, considering we've got loads of planks, I'm going to whack these up to maximum priority. Beavers, get your bloody planks in there. I'm even going to risk it for the hobnob and pause all of me beaver water slurpers, just so we can get even more builders on the crack. And then we got some bonus builders, including Tobat, a fancy beaver. Let's hop down and check out Tobat. What's going on, Blondie? Oh, there's bloody laughing plug and magic, damn it. And there's definitely didn't forget the name already. But there they are, all grown up. He's a bloody fast beaver, like with those purple feet. And I right-clicked, I meant to bloody jump. But I saw Tobat up here. Did I see Tobat's tail flash through here? Tobat, I'll find you. I'll run across the apple trees. I know where you're going. I knew it. Tobat's a builder, so he's gone and doing here to pick up a plug. Oh no, Tobat's an elite builder. He went to pick up a cog. And I reckon he's gonna go and down here. He's gonna go and bang that cog all the way into this little beaver builder bad water out here. Tell you what, it took us a while to try and save bad water pumper like, and I don't even think I got there. And in all of that bloody confusion, we've bloody lost Tobat. Do you reckon he's hanging about at the fire pit here? He might be, like. I haven't even had a chance to check him out yet. As usual. When MiGly's by the fire pit, nobody bloody else is. But they have all done. I see Tobat! I see you! Let's go, let's find him. We'll get ready. Oh no, I'm a wet beaver! I'm stuck under the bridge! Let me out! Let me out! Who built the bloody platform all the way up the top? A beaver can't even get out if they get stuck. Alright, well, we lost Tobat again, but I see a lot of beavers running about. And did I say I did? Look at the fancy beaver there. Let's not lose him this time. That is a mad little beaver design, that, like. Just like the profile icon. Now we need to parkour our way up the top and check to see if we got Tobat knocking about in one of these little campfires up here. I seem to be in a predicament, Mr. Aya. That beaver does not care less about my predicament. I'm mildly stuck inside the medical bed. Oh no, I'm out. Oh, I didn't walk forward before. Alright, do you reckon I can strafe jump from the medical bed to that bit of ladder there? Alright, let's go. Strafe jump! I didn't press space. And we lap on Tuffle magic our way to the top. Do we have Tobat coming to pay a visit? Or has he just gone and yemmed a kip? Looks like he was just gone yemmed a kip, unfortunately. But that does give me the opportunity to redeem the little strafe jump here. Strafe jump! I didn't press space again! And I missed me more than beavers! This episode is fantastic, like... We've got so much done. And well, why do we have loads of dead beavers? Malila, what happened to ye? You seem happy enough. 61, did he just cork it of old age? We had a couple of beavers corking of old age. That's fair enough. There's Lamp and Tuffle magic. And here's Tobat. Still kipping. Well, Mr. Tobat should be waking up soon. That green bar's almost full as a gun. Now, where does he go? He comes out, he guns back in, he guns through this house, he guns down, he guns down, he guns through another house, he guns down, and out the stairs. Wait, no, Mr. Tobat? Gives a look at you. Look at this little blonde beaver, man. He is a little legend, like. And I cannot believe I've spent the last good 5 minutes of in real life time trying to chase this blonde beaver with a map. Did we get anything built in that time? Not quite, because we already knew that this bad lad was in. Oh, and Tobat! It's always the way, isn't it? If I had just paid attention and noticed this was in and upped the priority, I could have put Tobat in here and just hung about. Like a weird stalker Cupcake waiting for the beaver to come and start his first day of work. And here he comes. Welcome to your water slurping job, Tobat. It's a bad water slurping job. But you've got a thick howled straw to slurp from. Look at it gone. Up and down, up and down. But yeah, now before we get too distracted again, let's get another bad water slurper on the crack. And I suppose we want to get the bloody explosives factory on, didn't we? So we can start using some of this bloody bad water. But since we do have a brand new resource getting reduced, let's whip out our handy dandy small warehouse. Store some TNT in there. And the beavers are cranking away here, like. It's a good thing one paused all those builders' huts. And I should be in these. I should have had the bloody clay pit running this whole bloody temperate season because we didn't want to run it during a drought in case we're running into water. Oh, you know what I should do, check the building range and ensure that beavers cannot get to those bit of TNT explosive things that we done earlier. Aye, that done the trick. The beavers should stay out of the bad water. That's all I care about. We're waiting on a drought, and then we'll fully implement this bad lad. And at that point in time, when we've got beavers down there, we're going to have to quickly sort out the irrigation system as well. It's going to be a busy bloody season as a drought. Well, Tobbat, you can get paused and do something else since he's off full on storage now. And I tell you what, I'm rather happy with the amount of water we got stored up, and we didn't even have all our automated slurpers on the crack. But what's our efficiency like on here? 100%, as I thought. And you know what? 2 more water slurpers in here. This might not be too much of an hour kill water system here. Now the reason I just whacked heaps and heaps of small water wheels in is because they don't really produce all that much power, and we don't have all that much flow back here due to the little land bridge. The land bridge that you can hardly see because there's platforms and water slurpers either side of it. But the land bridge and this little floodgate system here means this water is rather slow flowing. So heaps and heaps of water wheels equals heaps and heaps of water slurpers. Now look at this, we got some build-up beavers gone and run the back there. And I reckon Tobbat put them onto this like, because they were like, if you can't run the back, you can reach the second one. Bunch of absolute rages, these beavers. Now that does mean I can up the priority of this one to be maximum, because we didn't need to worry about them reaching diagonally to build this one. Sometimes beavers are cleverer than humans. I mean, most of the time they're cleverer than the Cupcake. Beavers, are you having a giraffe here or what? Maximum priority. Pick them up, you don't have any to build things with. Look at this beaver, he's been waiting to slap a bloody gear right in there. Honestly man, these beavers sometimes. You do everything perfect, you get the supply chain perfect, nothing inefficient whatsoever, and they're just like, nah, can't do it, Cupcake. I've got your number, beavers. I've got your number. Yeah, now let's quickly take stock here. We've got basically full water storage. Where do we need to fill up? Oh, just the brim of this tank, yeah. We just need to bloody brim it. Our food storage is tickety-boo, and we'll have plenty of time to grow and harvest and pick and stuff all of the pepperoonies we want. Look at all of the corn they've got in there. And as well, old mate Emberpelts in the grill here. They're grilling beets like nobody's business because they've got all the canola oil they could ever want. Now, since we do have a massive excess of canola oil and maximum amount of capsicums, why didn't I get another grill on the gun to do some grilled capsicums? Not before allowing these radishes to get picked and everything though. But don't worry, we're not going to be wasting this 2 bits of growable ground. Once these 26 pumpkins have been picked up, we're going to be popping some corn back here. Oh, it looks like it actually lets me just plant it now. Oh, well, happy days, gone for it. Just please don't delete that box when you plant the corn, beavers. Now, as the shadows move, why don't we observe a bad tide change for the very last time up here? Well, not necessarily for the very last time, but, you know, this bad water repulsion system. We'll see that in use for the very last time. That was a mad little view of it in action, though. I like that. Oh, strafe jump redemption. And he pressed space! Oh, strafe jump redeemed! Oh, do you reckon I cut the floor as lava all the way down to the new industrial estate and check on the progress there? Oh, well then, Rick, I'm going to aim for that one up there. Strafe jump and then press space! Oh, I didn't land on the floor though. Thankfully, the beavers built this bit of platform ready to build the power stack up here. So let's continue my bit floor as lava challenge. Let's go on. Where's next? Where's next? I want to go for that 4 water tank, but I'm going to go for one of these water pumps instead. Play it safe, you know. Oh, especially when you don't place, damn it! Especially when you don't press space is what I was going to say, and I did land down here. I landed on the floor. And floor is lava. But we can still check on the progress of our industrial estate. Look at that, we got some platforms on the gun. We put a couple of more planks and gears in here. Nah, to be fair, we actually put a fair whack of resources in here. We'll have this explosives factory up and running in no time. And a 15-day drought. You know what? I might just let this run. Because now it's time for me to design a canal system that gets the good water from all the way over here, across the land bridge, and over to here for maximum irrigation. The only issue is, I'm kind of using this land bridge and have big plans for it. So, what are we going to do? Now, why don't we start by figuring out what level these sources are on here. Alright, so the water sources look to go through height 13, which looks to be the actual floor level for this land bridge here. And we've built all the way up to it. But that might not be a problem, actually. let's take a gander at this here. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to sacrifice some inventor huts. If we didn't have many of them, like, so it's a bit of a shame. So say we blow a tunnel through here. That should blow up the bit of land and put a platform down. That bit of platform should sit on top of either a bit of land here or this house. And we should then be able to seal it up and it'd be absolutely no bother for anyone. Now, I will say the destruction this canal's going to cause is going to be absolutely crazy. But the Emberpelts are resilient beavers. They will rebuild better than ever before. And would you look at this? We've got the explosives factory up and running and a tidy little flag right in front of our face. Dodgy beaver, he didn't even finish it! I swear, Doon, that was going to be the most epicest speedy up bit ever, and he went and built it from down there, and I guarantee you another builder beaver is going to come from the top and smash it in. If only I'd known your beavers were going to do that, that could have been the most epic little speedy up bit ever. But now it's just a hole in my face. A hole that can only be filled by an underground tank. And the beavers got their framework up on the old centrifuge and all. We're cracking along with that. A couple of more metal blocks and we'll be basically in there. Yeah, now we're definitely got to be waiting on planks for this. Ooh, would you looky here? The beavers have picked up all of the pumpkins. That means we can get our grill on the gun and start grilling those bell peppers. And now we've got the centrifuge, we'll be making some extract. Definitely means we need to unpause at least one of our bad water pumps here. We're wanting TNT and extract out of this. And what's this? No available walkers in the district? Oh, not Lappin' Tuffle magic! He's injured and look at this. We've got another injured beaver coming to check if the bed's free yet or not. Unfortunately not, mate. Unfortunately not. I think it might be time to whip a couple of more medical beds out, like. Especially now the beavers are toiling in dangerous industry. Because we still have the perfect amount of beavers. So, you know, we should be cracking along just fine. Now, let's just make sure. Aye, this is all out of range. I definitely don't want any Emberpelts getting bloody contaminated in here. We've had one too many of them already. Woo, like, how are you who's building this? Oh, it's another little diagonal. You didn't have to be putting stuff in there. Get your planks back, beavers. Get your 4 planks out of there. Because you can reach that anyway. And I'm building this one before this one. Oh, happy days. Look at them gone. Oh, well, I can leave these both back with priority. Easy as. Although we are out of logs somehow, we've got the beaver chopping away. Do you need some help, mate? Do you need us to unpause a friend? Because Mimi's went to bed early. They're waiting to wake up and start chopping down all of these trees. And I definitely didn't just press W instead of S. Regardless of all of that, if we've got any wood, now well, we've got a couple of logs knocking about. And once I move them into a nice convenient location for yous, and now you just have some convenient piles for builders to pick up, you know? Some of the piles even made it onto the path already for them. Oh, Hola, do you mind picking up that rubble as you walk past? And that's not your job, but, you know, just kick it up onto your back or something. I knew that we're making all of the necessary materials. Why didn't we real casually go ahead, turn the hood off, and do a big speedy up it while we get all of these little tunnel pieces placed? And here we're gone. We've got one last bit of tunnel being plopped in and automatically exploded there. I didn't realise they would do that. I was hoping for a big satisfying explosion. And the next few blocks we're going to do, they are going to be normal TNT. So let's get those ready. But I'm not going to delete this campfire until the beavers have finished using it. They may as well get the last night out of it. So if we follow a line along from the sources here, you'll see we're not perfectly aligned with where we've put our tunnel. But we had to put the tunnel there to retain the original land bridge. Just didn't mind the fact we blew it up. Now, to be as efficient as possible here, we are going to continue coming along in a nice straight line, even sacrificing these stairs here. Nice little plank influx for the beavers as well. To be fair, the main reason we deleted those stairs is because this area is going to get a quick rework. Just a quick one though, now major. And there we have phase 1 of our mild rework in. We can maximum priorities these building huts, get the builders in, and we can do a real casual speed 4 while we get all of these little trees chopped down. Thank you very much, beaver. I can cause you. And then since the beavers are making tidy progress over here, we may as well continue along building our canal. Or at least we can once we get this effing birch knocked down. Well, let's whip out with triple dynamite and start gunning from the left here and see where we can start meeting up. And would you look at that? It just so happens to be exactly where the bloody tree is. That tree is where we do a tidy little 90. Because water loves nothing better than 90-degree bends to gun run. Tell you what, like 9 more planks and we'll have 2,400 bad water. Damn! What a storage vessel that is, like. Oh, we got the bit of dynamite I need in. So let's blow those two up. Pop a tidy little bit of access down here for the beavers. Now why don't we celebrate this big old porch getting chopped down by exploding some TNT down here. Look at that proper on top view. And are you finished chopping down that tree? Well, you have. Didn't get back there, I'll pause you. Just take it somewhere else, pal. Well, now we've got the fun explodey chain bit out the way, let's plug some platforms on there. And you know what? I feel like going mental with it. I'm gonna go and blow this whole bloody bit up here. Get it going. Why the ruddy heck not, you know? And you know what? I really should have done this sooner, but let's dip the word level down to 13, unveil the big bare roof of the buildings there. That's not water resistant, never mind waterproof. But we can sort that out with an impermeable floor. Get that on, beavers. And yeah, no, I actually mean like get it on maximum priority before it ends up forgotten. You know what I'm like. And don't worry your Emberpelts, we will be returning the good old fashioned campfire here. It's just being taken up by works access at the moment, you know. What can you do? What can you do? Now let's take a sit rep. We're a little hour halfway through this bad tide. We've got loads of water stored up. Bit of a dry bit of river here. I'm half tempted to spill some water in to get these bloody oaks growing, but we're not chopping them all down anyway, so it's alright. Our bonus medical beds seem to be helping. We've only got 2 injured beavers, and they're hanging out in the Housing Estate medical beds there. I want to expand the storage hour for the food. However, I think it might be time to start doing some good old-fashioned hour hangs over here. Ah, it is. Look at that. We can grow trees underneath these hour hangs. And I think I want to use 4 long overhangs. Let's test this. So we do an overhang, we do a large warehouse, we do an overhang, we do a large warehouse. And we do that until we're heart's content. But that is some true doing the line stuff that. So we'll not be getting to that this episode. And don't worry, we won't be wasting the space. I'm going to pop a medium warehouse on there, and that can store whatever it wants to store. I'm even going to pop a contemplation spot along there, just so beavers can contemplate. Why the heck did you go out like that, Mr. Cupcake? Look at this, we got 2 beaver builders banging away. If we drop down, we'll be able to see what they're working on. There they are, look, see them through the bloody ladders. There you can see it. I think I just bloody missed it, but maybe on the 3rd there, you can see it getting smashed all the way in. So that's those impermeable floors on there. We just need to seal this bad lad in with an impermeable roof on top. Now, while we've got a bit of nighttime action here, why didn't we delete these 2 inventors, real casually move their rubble onto the path, and continue our big tunnel through here? And that's me little channel plan. Not off bad, eh? The only thing is, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do when we get to here. I could come up one, like. I shifted my plans a little bit, so we're 5 off the edge on all 3 sides here. And we're not blowing away into this middle bit just yet, so I can decide what I want to do. We're a whole block away. Yeah, now, beavers, all of this, maximum priority, please. Oh, I was... I've just been sitting here for a full, 10 seconds, confused as anything, being like, what priority is this? And, am I running into some sort of bug or glitch here? But no, it's just what the bloody Emberpelt metal platforms look like. Look at those bad lads. They look like they're fresh out of your local takeaway, these, proper greasy numbers. Look at the beavers hammering away. Watch it even slip on the grease, pals. And how we're ganking along up here? Oh, we got beavers hammering away in here. Now, the beavers have got their access up to these TNTs now. They are all maximum priority. Hopefully, they get that in before they do the whole tunnel. And let's bring the world level down to 13 just to make sure, the whole tunnel's maximum priority there. And you can get a bit of a better idea of the irrigation we're going to be doing here. I say if you're watching Friday's episode where we tested 1 source's worth of irrigation, ye know the power of these little channels. And you might have an idea of what I'm going to do in the little pit here as well. I found a tidy little speedy up angle with minimal sky, aka minimal flashage. I tell you what, I can't wait to get this little tunnel system up and running. It's gonna be mental. Now I think it's time to come out the speedy up bit here, because we've got to pause some bloody water slopers. Get paused, you're not needed. I'd much rather yous be a bunch of builders. And we've got our big water tank in, that means we can get at least 2 of these up and running. Maybe thinking about getting a 3rd up and running. But definitely lowering the priority of these 2 for now. Just so we're not dumping loads of planks and logs into these platforms. Let me pop a temporary path out here so beavers can access this little corner. Ooh, would you lucky here? We can delete this bit of wooden stair action because we've got all the TNT in here. Look at it gone. Blippity blowing. So now all we need to do is continue the tunnel, including this one piece that I messed up and was supposed to be a double bit of dynamite but ended up being one bit of dynamite. And let's see if this works. We'll pop the impermeable floor on top even though it's not all built yet. Hopefully the TNT explosion doesn't blow up the impermeable floor build. Tell you what, I am enjoying these little greeny, greasy little bits of impermeable floor like. They look canny. And I was thinking during that little speedy up bit there, can we pop a tunnel underneath here? No, we have to delete it first. That's okay, that's okay. We'll get round to it. And looky what I see here. We've got Irvam grilling the bell peppers. And he's full on storage and all. That means we're going to have to go now out of the storage. Up the priority of this large industrial, that's an industrial pile. Up the priority of this large warehouse here. And start storing some grilled bell peppers. I can see the benefit of having the large industrial pile up in priority as well, to be fair. Get a bit more charcoal storage, you know? That's mainly because I like the idea of storing the charcoal right on top of the logs there. And with this ledge blowing up, we can get a builder's hut cracked on there. Maximum priority number. And I tell you what, we got a lot of beavers knocking about over here, building this little tunnel system. But to be honest with you beavers, I would much rather it if you were out this side of the map. Popping TNT in there, like this beaver is. Well, at least there's one of yous here that cares about what MiGly wants. Well, since he's now what I want, what I really, really want, why didn't we go ahead and speed our way through getting this TNT in? And we got a warning for a drought! Happy days! Big drought warning. Now, I wouldn't mind slipping up some more water, beavers. Do you mind slipping up all the water you possibly can in the next 1.3 days? Thank you. But with that drought comes some bloody heck-ass times ahead for us, like. Let's reclaim some resources here from these wooden stairs. Plop a new way for our beavers to get up that isn't in the way of any new builds that are coming along. At least not for a good while. Oh, and I guess we're definitely finding out whether the tunnel blows up the block on top of it because that impermeable floor's already been built. Do we go full commit to this? I think we do, you know. I think we're going full bloody commit. I need to turn this world down a little bit so I can put a path under here. Ensure that the beavers can reach that block when they get to it. And I may or may not have just realised that we need bad water to build all of the TNT that we've got cracking along. We don't have any stored up as you saw there. We're in a bit of a situation, aren't we? Especially considering the last material that's required for these tunnels is explosives, and they automatically blow up when the last resource goes in. Alright, let's be clever about this. We need this one in during the drought. We need these 3 and another 3 in during the drought. So that's 7 explosives so far. We need this one in for beaver access. That's 8 explosives. It looks like I'm going to go ahead and be pausing all of these tunnels that I've placed. Right, well that's all those tunnels paused. All we're doing now is making TNT for those 8 little things. And only 4 of those are even accessible at the moment, so we should start storing up some bloody bad water. Especially now that I actually upped the priority of this bad water slurper. And they're slurping away. Well, I mean, if you've got the medium warehouse, why wouldn't you put some gears in it? Oh yeah, now, also up the priority of that double platform, cause why not? You know, I'm definitely going 24-hour work days here, like, we need to slurp up as much bad water as possible. But that doesn't mean rushing to build all of this. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, you know. Ooh, these are going to stop spinning at all. Will we have enough bloody supply? I mean, at the moment, it looks like we'll have the perfect amount. But there's a good chance not everything's actually on and running. For example, yeah, now, beavers, you've got until that river dries up to slip up as much bad water as peevily possible. And that's all the bad water sloped up. In an 18-day drought. That's now to bloody sniff out that, like. We're definitely getting old mate paused on the clay pit. We can pause the kiln because we're full on brick storage there. And it looks like the tunnel doesn't destroy the impermeable roof, which is canny. Now that should mean beavers have access to this. Why not? He's not too far, beavers. Oh, right. I never actually put a path connecting the stairs. There we go. No, it's not too far, beavers. And you know what else isn't too far for yous? This side of the levee, because this whole bloody thing is getting demolished. And that conveniently gives you access to these little bits of tunnels here. Or at least it should. Yeah, beavers, clock off after 16 hours. You've had a hard day. Is there any reason we can't reach those tunnels there? That is awfully strange, like. Yeah, the path's connected all the way up. They just mustn't be able to build, like, down and under, I suppose? So to get to the tunnel, do you have to be, like, on that bloody level or what? Well, because the beavers couldn't build this, could they, diagonally down? Well, that could potentially pose a problem. Let's have a gander. We'll delete this here, get down to the same level as the levees, which of course is one level lower than that. And look at this, we get to top up our little river. The beavers haven't seen anything like it before. I may as well unpause these and all. There's no point having these manually pause. The power stops when the water stops. If anything, it'll stop the little bit of flooding that happens whenever the tide changes. Well, like I say, now that we've got the water spinning, we may as well have a little bit of water slurping. And it would actually be quite nice if it doesn't flood here. It doesn't flood. Happy days. Perfect. Although, yeah, when there's no power, we do have this icon, which is quite annoying. But is it any more annoying than a pause icon? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Anywho, back to this nonsense. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but what about if we temporarily... Nah, you can't. You can't. I should have known this. We found this out in KV. You can't do that. No bother. Double dynamite will do the trick just as well. Although the back row should be triple dynamite. I'm glad I realised that before that happened. We've got 6 bits of dynamite we need plopped in here. And I think, look at Beaver was doing there. Hopefully it means they popped a bit of explosives in there. It does. Perfect. And we're just deleting all of this. We may as well get it picked up, you know. But as I was saying, we need 6 bits of explosives in here. And we had 5. I can only hope that 3 of them are being picked up and are coming over here. And this one down here is the 6th. Beavers, pick that up and get it up in there. You know, while you're doing that, you may as well build the rest of this and all. Make it all waterproof. And looking at this, we've got plenty of supply for our demand, even without our wheels spinning. But that's mostly because these two are sitting idle, day and night, because they've got no resources to work with. But the beavers over here certainly have something to work with, don't yous? Get these explosives hammered in here. Oh, no, pause! Bap! Oh, no, it's okay. I've just panicked for no reason. Beaver, you get those hammered in. We can just chill out. Maybe, you know, that was an abrupt end to the speedy up bit or whatever. I went into a big panic because I was like, oh no! This automatically blows up. And I thought there was gonna be water rushing out and destroying everything. But thankfully not. And we also don't need a platform here. Get deleted. Because in here, we're going to be popping a fancy pants sluice. Well worth 400 science points as a sluice. Now to set this sluice up, we're not going to have any close above downstream depth. And if you haven't twigged yet, this is going to be a pressurized system. And we want it to close above 0% contamination because it's a fully clean pressurized system. And my thoughts for this one sluice here is it's only going to get water from the side of this one source, which is strength 1.5. So I'm hoping maybe we get like 0.75, 0.5, 1 strength's worth of water coming through here. And then it'll fill up my big canal that goes all the way around here, irrigating this whole mountain top here. And I bet yous were expecting us to just fill this pool, weren't yous? I will say making this a pool, a bit too obvious for my liking, but definitely was what I was going to do before Friday's episode. And I was scared for a bit because we don't have this bit of TNT on, but that's alright. Because we didn't have this bit of rubble picked up yet. We do have an army of builder beavers ready to pick up the rubble that I suppose is doing here. Oh, I'm going to shift that. And I'm going to shift it using vertical lodges. Oh, you cheeky beggars. Ah, you cheeky... Right. And I'm going to not try and be clever or anything and just very simply get this bit of rubble out to where the beavers can pick it up. Simple. And now we don't have beavers crossing the TNT track because you never know when it's going to go kaboom. But now you can see me idea, can't you? And you can also see that I totally wasted resources by destroying all of this. I always get too happy with that stuff, like, not gonna lie. Now, I was just about to replace some double floodgates on here, and I'm thinking, why would I do that? That's silly. We have metal, therefore we have aqueduct-style floodgates. And if we unlock and use 2 high aqueduct-style floodgates, we can pop platforms across the top and have a tidy little pathway for our beavers. But yeah, now beavers, all of that, maximum priority, as well as the top, because you actually need to get out of there to build it. Now for the rest of this year, I'm going to have to do something I wasn't planning on doing at all, which is spending 1,000 science points on some bloody terrain blocks. Well, aren't I glad I realised I just absolutely cheated with dev mode on. So let me, of course, cheat with dev mode on to get rid of it. And then before I turn dev mode off, go into here. No, there's got to be a way to subtract 1,000 science points, not just add 1,000 science points. Now, there doesn't seem to be, and I'm a bit scared to do like a control click on this in case it adds 1,000 science points and then I'm cheating everyone out to 2,000 science points instead of 1. Because yeah, now I'm pretty confident that I did not spend any science points when I unlocked these terrain blocks. And I'm also pretty confident those terrain blocks will never ever get built. Because they need to be facing this away, so they actually get built outwards in the direction of the arrows. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head as like a punishment for that 1,000 science points. If yous have any ideas of little punishments that we could do for cheating everyone out of 1,000 science points, let us know in the comments. Or if you know a way of reducing the 1,000 science points, let us know that as well. But since I changed your mind to have sluices instead of floodgates here, we did technically waste 500 science points on these at least, providing we never use them. Well, let's real casually get this built with the maximum priority beavers. And aye, well done beavers. I was just about to bring these up to maximum priority because now that we've got a hole in the side, I mean, yeah, now the hole is filled with a sluice at least. But we will be spilling water out of here, and I'd rather it be sealed. Which does mean removing these stairs. Now let's just double check we've got everything we need in before we remove the beaver access. We do. So let's delete the wooden stairs. Tell beavers to pick that up with a quickness and seal it on up here. Because once they've sealed it on up, the campfire has to go back. Oh, that's right. It's a ground only thing. I mean, because once that's sealed up, the campfire has to go back one further back. Definitely part of the plan all along. You can choose to believe that if you want, but if that was the plan all along, we wouldn't have waited this long to rebuild the campfire for the Emberpelts now, would we? We also would have just deleted... Oh, I cannot. I cannot delete it when the Babby Beavers just got in there. Would you delete this Babby Beavers campfire? If you say yes, you're a heartless beaver and you should go and swim in the river. Which I suppose is only an insult if you're an Emberpelt, like. If you're an Iron Teeth, Folktail, or God forbid, Water Beaver, then yeah, nah, that was certainly more of a compliment than it was a bloody insult. Ruddy heck, the beavers didn't mess about, do they? They're straight on building all of this stuff here. And of course it's too far because we didn't have any way for you to get out of there, which is what I was saying earlier with the stuff in the things. But we do have 14 days left of this drought, so why didn't we go ahead and invest in a dirt excavator here? And I can't think of a better place to pop a dirt excavator than right there in the middle of the river channel. Perfect place for it. It gives us enough room to get some wooden stairs on the crack straight into it and easy access to power. Alright beavers, maximum priority that. It's only a couple of resources, I'm sure you'll get it in no time at all. And would you look at this? We've got a large industrial pile with no access to it. Very conveniently built just in time to store some dirt in my opinion. But it does need the priority rising. Just a tad. And I figure with this bit bonus space we've got here, we may as well pop a little medium tank on, have that storing some canola oil, and it only takes a mild bit of rejiggering, you know? We'll have that up and running in no time. Now another thing I'd like to get sorted this drought is the rest of these bloody water slopers. So these maximum priority jobs, because I really didn't like the fact we had to switch these laddies on during the last bit of the season, and as well we're going to have to keep an eye on our water during this drought. We might have to slurp them on. And look at that, we got basically all of the building materials in here apart from the bloody planks. And the planks, they're just in very high demand. I love how the beavers are accessing it from the back here to build it. That is mint. Clever beavers accessing it from the easiest spot possible. So why didn't we have ourselves a wee speedy up bit while we get the rest of these water slopers in? And there it's in. The whole water sloping system is in, ready to show what it's made of when the new season drops. The new season of Temperate, that is. Alright, now let's have a game of a floor is lava getting down to the industrial estate. Can we do it this time? Can we press the space bar? No, but I managed to get on top of this water dump. Right, space bar, space bar, space. It's when you shift. I've failed again. It's actually a thing where you can't see. Look, I'm running and I'm jumping. I'm just not good enough. It's an absolute skill issue. Hey, beavers, do you have any tips for strafe jumping? You look bloody tiny, pal. Now, I did notice we got a beaver well-being thing there. How did that happen? I'm guessing some beavers hopped in the fire or something. Now, I've got no idea. Oh, maybe it's the bonus contemplation spot. Is that up and running? Is that why? Ah, that's probably why. We got some beavers out at the contemplation spot. The beavers like to come here at the edge of the world. Beavers are a bit shorter than me, like, so it's a bit of a struggle to get through. Yeah, now the beavers like to stand here and contemplate, overlooking what could be their future homes. If they were iron teeth, that is. Well, yeah, now how we're doing out here with the builds? You've been banging it in from the back? Why, I look at them banging it in from the back. Oh, and they're nearly done and all. Efficient bunch of bangers here, aren't they? And I'm going to have to unpause the kiln. I wasn't expecting to have to do that this season. Alright, sit rep. We've got 7.1 days left. That's a little under half the drought. We've got well under half of water left. And we're doing our eat on food. So I think it might be time to just get one in here, slurp up some water to keep it taking an hour. With 8 planks and 12 bricks, I think it's time to hang a boot on the arse end of the outdoor excavator here and watch some beavers bang it in from the back. Oh, they banged it in from the front! Honestly, beavers, every time you have me very lifelike. You spent the whole... God, I didn't get too close to that. You spent the whole time doing it from the back, and then when I'm here at the back ready for it, you're gone at the bloody front. I swear, dude. Oh, I'm tempted, like. I mean, look, it's clock off a clock, so, you know, we can pass under here very safely. Oh, yeah, nah, we need to get out of here before... Alright, I've hid behind the wheel before it switches back on because I didn't want to end up going underneath. But we've got to go and have a look, didn't we? We've got to go and be like, oh, imagine you're here and you just see it coming down. Actually, we could hang a boot here, couldn't we? And it could come down on our faces. Oh, here we go. I'm going to go and read in this corner here. Oh, there it is. It happened. Immediate. There's no transition. It just goes down when it's ready. Now, this is quite a precarious place to be like. There is no escaping. Can I get out the corner here? Is this enough room? I think it is. It's enough room. You do not want to be caught underneath that big spinny laddie like. But if you go speed 1... Ah! Oh, it stopped. It was going well until I ran into it because it stopped. But yeah, no, I'm definitely speed 4 on the way through the night here because I want to get this bad lad spinning once again. So I can get to speed 1 and be like, let's go, beavers! Look at me, I'm running with a bloody thing. You're never gonna catch me. My beaver tootsies are safe in here. Let's actually play the game now. So we're... Alright. You didn't come here for some proper Timberborn gameplay, did you? I deeply apologise if you did. But let's check on our bit dirt bridge we've got going on. We do now have the accessibility to... We somehow can't build this. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any logs or planks to actually build the rest of this. No, we need it. We need that in before the next bad tide. Beavers. What can I do to help the situation here? 3.7 days, 1.3 water. We're fine on water. I could let a little bit of water out here. What's my level at? Level's at about 7.5 there. But if I let some water out here, not a lot, just some, that should do. It'll moisten these trees without spilling out the dam. No dam spillage. And yeah, now, just keep these trees growing a little bit more. Maybe there's some up here at 90% ready to grow up and be chopped, dude. But we do have this campfire in, which means we can delete this bad lad, get the beavers to pick those 12 logs up, and we're going to do a tunnel and dynamite combo here. Both maximum priority jobbies, but I want to leave a block in here, a little something like that, so that I can pop stairs down there and give beavers access to actually dig and blow out the rest of this tunnel that's doing here. Because they haven't got to this bit yet. It's underground, you know? And you know what? While we're sitting here with full metal storage, we may as well just actually get these on the crack. Just get the impermeable floors, cannon beavers. We already know that when you make the tunnel, they don't disappear. That could even potentially make a tidy little speedy up bit to carry us through to the next temperate season, where we get to do a test of our big pressurized canal. Or maybe they didn't even need the whole 3.3 days. Nah, easy peasy, it's all in. Now we do need to let a little bit more water out of here. Not too much though, we don't want it to go over the dam. But we do want to keep these trees growing for the next 1.4 days. See, look, that one just popped up. That's 8 logs that we didn't have access to before. It's worth doing. It's also worth automating at some point in the future as well, like. How we're coming along up here? Not bad, not bad. Oh, and you actually have access to both of these at the same time because you can reach around. Happy days. But yeah, now I reckon we've got to rip our water system here. We've got the sluice on the side that fills the canal, irrigates our big hill. We've got the 3 sluices across the top here that only let good water into Fireside. When the water gets bad, they block it up and pish it out their back here. Oh, I just realised I've made this more complicated than it needs to be. There was a reason the sluices were 1 level lower. Looks like we're going into aqueduct style floodgates, getting the one high one out and realise we can't even place it there. What we can do is place 3 very expensive sluices in there and hope that beavers can access them. Of course they can't. Why would they be able to access them? Now we need TNT to build the sluices. This is just getting worse and worse. And if I'm going to TNT it up, how much do I care about it being dot? You know what? I don't think I do. I don't think I care at all. Oh, hold up. Flat top floodgate. Oh, no, we're talking. No, we're talking. Well worth the 500 Science points. And we'll delete these here before we end up accidentally blowing it up. Well, I will say thank you very much to the mod creator that made the flat top floodgates. Oh, but we still have the issue of not being able to reach them, of course. MiGly, of course. So yeah, now beavers, still blow those up with a quickness. They're rather important and they need to be the first ones in, therefore it's time to pause all of these once again. Alright, so these are the only explosives not going to boot that are unpaused. Let's unpause the explosives factory here. We've got 5 whole bad water, which makes 1 whole TNT. And then we are going to have to rush these flat top floodgates in. Because as it currently stands, this sluice is going to block the water and then it's going to go all the way to there. Hang on, no. I think I've done goofed big time here, like. There was a very important reason why the sluices were 1 further down. Which means we didn't need these or these. We need the sluices down at this level with terrain on top. Now, beavers, can you reach that? Bit of a diagonal action, please? Oh, thankfully you can. And the beavers should have this picked up in no time at all. Right, well, with that picked up, we can get our sluice in here. So we're going to have no closer at downstream depth. Close at contamination 0. Because it needs to match the sluice that's in here. Because it needs to match the sluice that's in here. Sluice? What? No! This episode has went from bad to worse. Real quick. Alright, beavers, you've got 0.4 days to real casually. And yes, I'm going up to 24 working days here. Slap that sluice back in. Closing above contamination 0. Because it has to match the sluices around here. Otherwise, we'll have dodgy flow between the two. And I don't want excess water pissing out this canal. I only want the bare minimum coming through. So anywho, as I was saying before I realised I deleted that bloody sluice on the side there. When these sluices close, it'll push the water up, over this bit of dirt, and out the map here. And I'm confident that that'll actually work because there's a bit of dirt between the map edge and the water source. Because water doesn't flow off the map behind water sources. And at this point in the episode, I don't even know if I've told you that before. I know I've tried to about 4 different times, but I don't know if I succeeded. Unlike the beavers who succeeded nouts about getting that back in. So why didn't you succeed just as well at getting that impermeable floor on top? And with that one bit of explosives I see here, I want to see beavers hammering it in that little bit behind the drought-ended icon. And look at them go. It's just pishing through here, the one spot where there's these sluice. Or is it actually coming out the side? No, that's grand. I don't actually want it coming out the side just yet. Beavers, you really need to get this platform in, you know. I'm not joking around. You just really need to get it in. Otherwise, you're going to get wet for. Oh, there's the beaver hammering that bit of TNT in. Go on, laddie. Get it banged in and get it blown up. And I make sure you hammer that bad lad in. But yeah, now before we get too far into this temperate season, I do hope you've enjoyed this bloody mental episode here. It's been far too hectic for my liking. I honestly just want to come back next episode, smash in a little bit of irrigation, and keep everything green. That's all I want to do. So why don't you tune back next week, see if we do accomplish that idyllic, peaceful episode, or if the utter chaos continues. I'll see yous then. Toodaloo!